Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. I'm Donna Wilkinson-Keynes. Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley on Monday evening, July 7th, outlined the efforts the Nevis Island administration has been making in the area of housing in St. James's Parish. He was making a presentation at the NIA's Town Hall meeting at the Franklin Brown Community Center.
From 2013, we have constructed already some 112 homes in St. James. 31 in Cedarview Phase 1, 22 in Cedarview Phase 2, 34 in Cedarview Phase 3, Madden Sunrise 8, Nisbet Settlement 5, Nisbet Estate 2, and University Heights 10, for a total of 112. And if you realize the reason I listed them out, it's sort of all over St. James that you're seeing housing happening. Now, some may argue and say, well, we don't see housing happening in our area, meaning our village. And whilst that is true sometimes, I want to just say to the people of Nevis that part of that is due to where we have land. That is where the government has access to land. The government is not a large landowner in Nevis. And so the government doesn't have access to land in every single village. And so where we have access to land, we have been maximizing the use of that land. And so in part, we've seen more housing in St. James because the government had access to Maddens, which is a large tract of land. Whereas in other communities, take St. Paul's, for example, the government does not own any land that is usable land for purposes of housing.
Premier Brantley noted that the NIA is constantly looking for land the government can purchase and use for housing.
Again, with the assistance of the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, who's here, we have negotiated and now concluded the purchase of some 36 acres of land at Garner's estate. I believe Garner's is just above us here. And those lands are being subdivided and will be offered in short order, again to the people of Nevis who are desirous of buying a piece of land and owning a piece of the rock. I say these things, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to emphasize that as a government, we are engaged in sustainable development. We're engaged in doing things, projects, policy prescriptions that ultimately make the lives of our people better.
Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley. Meantime, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers gave an update on the Vance W. Amory International Airport upgrade and expansion project at the NIA's Monday, July 7th Town Hall meeting. Jeffers is the special advisor to the Office of the Premier on Investment Matters and the NIA's lead on the project.
We're now hearing the question being asked, when will the project start? And that is a good question, and it will start this year, but I'll leave that for the Premier and the Cabinet to decide the exact date and time. What I will say to you this evening, though, is that we've made significant progress in terms of land issues, financing, the design, and so forth. All of those pieces are coming together at this point in time. One of the major challenges that we had initially was the negotiations with one of the major landowners who we would have written to since 2020. And of course, we came to a decision earlier this year to do what we're about to do in terms of paying that landowner and then moving on to the others. So last week, I believe the Premier would have gave an update as to when the Cabinet will be moving forward with those payments. And it sounds like it's very soon.
He noted that the $40 million project will see employment in all areas during construction.
Employment of contractors and subcontractors, electrician, plumbers, tilers, all that.
One of the major changes will be the realignment of the island main road.
Currently, as you see it, the road runs just in front of the Tire World. That would be moved south, and a brand new approximately 900-meter road would be put in place for persons who are traversing the area. Indeed, the new road that will be constructed, that will provide work for heavy equipment, operators, truckers, and engineers. And indeed, after all is said and done, when all of the construction is completed, there will be an increased demand for personnel workers within the airport itself. For example, airline attendants, air traffic controllers, customs officers, NASPA security officers, ramp attendant, baggage handlers, persons who will be working at the fixed base operation or the FBO, and indeed all areas of airport operation will need additional workers. So if one were to look at what is envisaged down at the Van Sammer International Airport, we'll say during the construction phase and even after construction, you're looking at in excess of 300 workers in all areas.
The Special Advisor to the Office of the Premier on Investment Matters, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. Still to come.
And the first step in that process will be engagement with our seniors. So look out for that. We will be engaging you to tailor the program specifically to your needs.
We'll give you the details after this break.
I'm Wakely Daniel, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Premier. As Permanent Secretary, I wish to salute the vision of our fourth national hero, the Right Honorable Dr. Simeon Daniel. It was his foresight that led to the establishment of the Nevis International Financial Services Industry, an industry that has contributed tremendously to the overall socio-economic development of the people and island of Nevis. Today, I recognize the contribution of this giant of a man as the administration commemorates the resilience and fortitude of the Nevis International Financial Services Industry. Best wishes and congratulations.
Welcome back. The Department of Social Services is making plans to implement a Seniors Safe program. According to the Honorable Janelle Nisbet, the initiative, which will be launched in October, aims to consolidate all the benefits that the island's older persons can access.
And this will be done in a tiered approach where we do assessments of our seniors and their household to tailor benefits to those who are most vulnerable and to ensure that you can access the service that best suits you. So for example, if you find a 75-year-old living alone, they have a small social security stipend of a few $100s, they don't have their own property or much family support, you might find them at level 1 receiving all those benefits, electricity, water, food subsidies, among others. Whereas if you have an individual, you're receiving a significant pension, $5,000, $4,000, you have your own home, you have your children who are contributing, you can benefit from our social programs, our significant birthday milestone program, our community caregiver program. And so there's something for everyone, and I want to sensitize you that that is coming. And the first step in that process will be engagement with our seniors. So look out for that. We will be engaging you to tailor the program specifically to your needs.
At the NIA's Town Hall meeting on July 7th, Minister Nisbet lauded the work of the Department of Social Services Senior Citizens Division.
And our seniors program is so robust, it's so effective and thorough that we have recently been identified and given the designation as a PAHO WHO age-friendly city in the Eastern Caribbean, the first PAHO WHO recognized age-friendly city in the Eastern Caribbean. And that is definitely no small achievement. It's testament to the benefits and care that we've been providing to our seniors who have been benefiting from programs such as free electricity, water subsidies, community caregivers, discounted services at our hospital.
Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Janelle Nisbet. More than 90 children are participating this week in the Summer Safety Program hosted by the Nevis Division of the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services. The program got underway on Monday, July 7th, with an official opening ceremony at the Jessups Community Center. The participants are learning fire safety, basic first aid, traffic safety, crime and violence prevention, water safety, environmental health, disaster preparedness, and financial literacy.
At the Fire and Rescue Services, we believe that safety is not just the job of firefighters and first responders. It starts with each and every one of you. Whether it's knowing how to respond in an emergency, participating in fire drills at home or understanding the dangers of sea, being prepared can save lives. To the campers, which is you guys, take every opportunity to learn, ask questions, practice what you are taught this week. These lessons are not only fun, but can one day make all the difference. On behalf of the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services, I thank you for being a part of this program. Stay alert, stay safe, and enjoy your summer.
Deputy Fire Chief Timothy Martin. Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, congratulated the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services for hosting the program for 20 years.
I am very, very impressed to hear that our Fire and Rescue Services has been doing this for 20 years. 20 years. And that, I think, is a remarkable achievement. Please give our Fire and Rescue Services a round of applause. And so the skills that you are acquiring today and over the next week will be very useful for you so that you can stay safe, but also for your friends, your classmates, and even your parents. Because when you go home, I want you to teach mommy and daddy what you've learned. You could do that for me? You could teach mom and dad what you've learned and teach your other siblings what you've learned as well. These skills are very useful skills that will be imparted to you to keep you safe, to keep your friends and family safe, and ultimately we hope to keep the island of Nevis safe.
The ceremony was chaired by Fire Station Officer Davron Clark, who thanked the various government departments, organizations, and businesses which sponsor the program. Also at the head table were Divisional Fire Officer Mavis Archibald, who is the coordinator of the program, and Curtis Keynes, Personnel Officer of the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services.
While summer is a time for fun and relaxation, it is also a period when we often see an increase in different types of incidents. That is why this program is so vital. We are here to equip you with essential knowledge and practical skills to help prevent accidents and ensure everyone in your community stays safe throughout the summer months. So, with that, I am delighted to declare the annual Fire and Rescue Summer Safety Program officially opened. Let us learn, stay safe, and have a wonderful summer.
This year's Summer Safety Program will culminate on Friday, July 11th, with a march through Charlestown and an official closing ceremony. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes.